you were saying that God was kind of like telling you, like, man, this is the time to put your message out to the world, push the envelope, and get Muso Kuso worldwide. And you was telling me that you're gonna use me and my platform to get that word out there. And I just want to say, man, thank you. That's an honor. Like I said, manifestation is real. God is real.
God is real.
Just to be in this position right here, I'd like to thank not only you, but to your team, showing me the hospitality, you know what I mean? To everybody out here, appreciate y'all. Y'all got me right. You know, everything fiddle you heard. Yeah. Today, I'm with the founder, the architect of Muso Kuso, Emanuel Ricci. Once again, I would like to thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you.
Words can't express my gratitude, and just appreciate you and your team and for the hospitality. And
Yeah, definitely a great opportunity and a great timing for us to meet today.
Yes, divine timing.
Yes, divine timing, definitely. Yes, I can't wait to start this interview because, like, I've been working for a while now.
Yeah.
So I had the time to, like, prepare myself to elaborate about the future of my businesses and the ideas that I want to, like, come to life with, you know,
Exactly.
for these next couple of months and years.
Yeah, I seen you posted that 10 years ago. You actually posted that you're going to be in America, and you was posting like your goals and aspirations. And 10 years forward, you're in the heat of it now. You're on the cusp of exploding, and it's amazing to see that growth, the belief.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Seeing something when there's no clue. There's, you know what I mean? It's just in the conscious, in your subconscious world, and materializing it and bringing it into fruition is essentially the American dream, but anybody's dream. You know what I mean? I would like to start off from the beginning.
Let's do it.
I noticed that you're bilingual. That was one thing that intrigued me during my research. I just heard you speaking a whole different language. I'm just, whoa. So tell me what language you're fluent in.
So I speak French.
Wow.
And I speak Italian. I also speak Spanish, but my level of Spanish is not as great as my French or Italian. But I definitely can communicate in Spanish. I understand everything and speak it. And I speak English, so I would say like 4 languages.
Okay, and that leads me to the question, where are you from?
So originally I'm Italian and Congolese.
Wow.
So my
That's an interesting mix.
Yes, my father was Italian, and my mom is African from the Congo.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. What's the meaning behind Muso Kuso and what that represents to you?
So Muso Kuso is a mixed brand. So also the meaning is mixed.
Okay.
When I mean it's a mixed brand, well, the creator, myself, is a mixed human being.
Yeah.
So I tend to bring alternate or opposites together in my clothing.
Yep.
You know, I try to bring white and black together.
Exactly.
For example, you know, where maybe Virgil was creating the line, the thin line in between white and black.
Yeah.
My vision, my branding is mixing them,
Mixing
blending
them.
them.
Yeah.
You know, it's a blend of many things. You know, like the present, the past, the future.
Yep.
You know, Europe, Africa, America.
Yeah. And that brings me to that's what has me so intrigued about you and your stories, that you have many layers.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, you could unpeel every layer and get back to like, man, I didn't know this was happening, and you're able to speak these different languages, and that you're not even from America. You know what I mean?
I just realized I didn't answer your question. So Muso Kuso,
right?
finish that chapter, Muso Kuso, like I said, it has several meanings. So in Japanese, it means dreamer or dream.
Yeah.
Also in Japanese, it means, so the word muso means dreamer, and it also means the only one.
The only one. Okay.
In Italian, Muso Kuso means mouth shut or sealed. You know, yes.
Very mafioso, like, huh?
Exactly,
Yeah.
yes. Very mafioso. So instead of Kuso, you write it Chiuso. So I thought it was a little bit too long, you know?
Yeah.
So I made it shorter, like I Americanized it, we could say, you
Yeah.
know? Because I knew that Americans wouldn't say like Kuso, you know? I did Kuso,
Yeah.
you know? And it was actually a very good idea
Yeah, it
because
rolls off the tongue.
it rolls
like,
off the tongue
fluently,
everywhere I go in
yeah.
the world, and I tell them my brand, they instantly want to repeat it after me because it's like a wordplay a little bit, you
Yeah.
know. So often shout it out in songs, you
Yep.
know. And yeah, so that's how I created that name because I needed something so different and so different, you know. I really wanted to be different from everybody. Also because at the time when I created Muso Kuso, how can I say, I had another brand called Emanuel Ricci, and Nina Ricci tried to legally attack me.
Wow.
So I was looking for a name of a brand that nobody could ever bring me to court for because I created
Yeah.
it and invented it from my own brain, you know?
It always seems like that's a stepping stone, though. It's like you know you're in the right direction once you get like a cease and desist or anything like that. You know what I mean? Because it's showing that the brands are looking, they're paying attention,
Yeah.
and you have eyes on you.
True.
Yeah. So
I agree.
Now the mantra, the work will save you. What coined that term for you?
So the work will save you is like my mantra for Emanuel Ricci. The mantra for Muso Kuso is la musica e la moda, which means music and fashion
Wow.
in Italian and Spanish.
Okay.
But the work will save you is more like a lifestyle.
Yeah.
It's, I don't know, it's a little bit, I would say, hardcore because not everybody is willing to understand what I'm maybe about to say, you know?
Yeah.
But the work will save you is believing in your dream and working relentlessly
Yeah.
to achieve it.
Exactly.
So many situations, you know, that could block you, but you continue striving and working.
And working. Yep.
That's the work will save you.
Yeah.
That it's like the amount of work that I've put in and the hours that I've put into my craft, into my businesses, have brought me here.
Exactly.
And
you built that foundation
yes.
where any little dip or any little valley,
Yeah.
you know you're always going to work
sure.
and get back to the mountaintop.
Because I've not cheated any of the
Exactly.
process.
Exactly. The process.
I've never
exactly.
took a back door. I always went to the door, you know, straight to the door, and I did
In front.
door after door after
Exactly.
door. I shook everybody's hands. I made sure that everybody knew me, and I did a lot of favors. I put in a lot of work for a lot of people. So the result of that is more work.
Exactly.
You know, but in a good way, because nothing comes easy for anyone, even an athlete.
Exactly.
If he wants to become a professional, he has to spend probably
Countless
like
amount of hours.
half of his day
Yeah.
training for a craft.
And it's a blessing to work. A lot of people are
True.
not even in the atmosphere or in the realm to even have anything, any type of motion going,
Yeah.
any type of traction of anything. A lot of people just sit stagnant. So like you said, when I first heard of the work will save you, it kind of embodies my life and you know how work ethic got me through the doors, damn near every door, even doors of people that I didn't know. You know what I mean? They've noticed the work ethic, and another hard worker is going to notice another hard worker, and you know what I mean, embrace me and combine forces as well.
Yes. Same here.
Yeah. Now, take me to a younger Emmanuel. You know, did he see Muso Kuso coming into fruition?
So the reason why Muso Kuso is called Muso, like the dream, it's like the dream brand, is for the main reason because like my mom always used to tell me that I was a dreamer.
Wow.
And that I had to stop dreaming and enter reality because I was always telling her, yo, imagine if this, imagine if that, imagine,
Exactly.
you know? I remember telling my mom like so many things and she's always telling me like, you have all these ideas, like when are you gonna like do one of them, you know?
Yeah.
So
Wow. So your mom would put the pressure on you.
yeah,
a
my
little
mom
bit.
put
Yeah.
a lot of pressure on me, and I'm like, okay, but I'm gonna stick to fashion then, and that was like maybe 11 years ago,
Wow.
and I was speaking to my mom yesterday, because I went to church after 5 years, you know?
Yeah.
And she was super happy. And I think that why I sticked to the journey so long was to prove, first of all, like the people around me back home, that I was different.
Yep.
You know, and that was who I was telling them I
That
am.
was, yep,
That
yep.
that I was. I am that person today. And now they react to my stories, you know, like, oh, look at you. But I'm like, I always
Always
knew.
been the same, yeah.
I always had this in my heart, you know,
Exactly.
and I always knew that this was going to be my destiny.
Yeah.
So when I used to tell people back then, like, I'm gonna accomplish this, or I'm gonna meet this person, or I'm gonna work with this person, people didn't believe me.
Yeah.
You know, it's like the factor of like where you come from. Like you're not the hero of your hometown until you leave
Exactly.
and blow up somewhere else, and then they'll all acclaim you and tell you that they always believed in you.
Exactly.
You know, that syndrome, that case is true. It's a reality. I'm not saying people back home didn't believe in me, but there was a lot of people who didn't believe in me.
You know, some people just can't grasp or fathom the thought of breaking the cycle. You know,
because it's very simple. Any kid in America will tell you that he's on the way to meet Kanye West, and that he's gonna start working with Ye and doing projects with Young Thug and designing merch for Lil Durk. Like, people will tell you, like, it's impossible. Like, how are you gonna do that? And imagine like we're in Mississippi or in Texas, like in a small town. We're in Los Angeles like now, you know, but like, because it's easier for us to grasp this situation here in LA because we could just go to Nobu and see Ye or see somebody else. But imagine if you're from Texas.
Yeah.
You'll be like, how are you
with
gonna
no
do that?
connections.
Now imagine if you're in Belgium or in Italy and you tell this to your friends. People, they were treating me as arrogant, literally. Like, oh, you're arrogant. Like, why are you saying this? But in my heart, I knew what I could do, you know? And for me, it was never hard.
Yeah.
It was never hard to go wait for Ye 4 hours outside his hotel and speak to him and give him a book. And, you know, like, it was never hard for me, like, being in Atlanta, driving around with Thug.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it never was hard because that was my dream.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So I was speaking into existence, and when it happened, I was there and I was ready for it. You know? Like, today I'm ready for my next dream, you know?
Did you have any 9-to-5 jobs at all?
Yes, I had a lot of 9-to-5 jobs.
Yeah.
Yeah, my first job, I had it when I was 14. I was working at my grandmother's country club in Rome. She didn't own it, but that's where she lived. It's called Lolgiata.
Okay.
So Lolgiata is this like private residence where my grandparents like bought a house, a small townhouse, you know?
Yeah.
And so I got a job working at the country club for 5 hours an hour, like for $5, €5 an hour, you know, and I was cleaning tables and I was like doing dishes, you know. Then my second job, I had it like down the street from there. It was working at a reception for weddings.
Yeah.
So each Saturday or Sunday they would have like a huge wedding, and I would be like one of the guys like serving.
Servers, yeah,
you know?
yeah.
That was better money.
Yeah,
like,
right.
People would hand out
Better
like
tips
$100
and stuff.
bills and
Yeah,
stuff like
yep.
that. And then from there, I just continue going to school. Like, I start moving around Europe and continue going to school and always working because my parents like never fully provided for me.
Yeah.
Like, at least before like my 12 years old or 13, yes. But when I hit like 13, 14, I was like,
It's like you're on your
outside.
own.
Like, I was by myself, you know? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I had to make some money.
Yeah, I always, in my hometown of Wildwood, New Jersey, we have a lot of Europeans that come, and they always speak like 2-3 different languages.
Yes.
They always talk about how they travel within Europe and go work here and come to America on a work visa and stuff like that. And I just love the hustle of Europeans, you know what I mean? Americans, sometimes we get arrogant and, you know, you go to an average American, they don't know 2 languages. No. You know what I mean? They don't care to learn any 2 languages, you know what I mean? But in Europe, it seems like that's like normal, you know what I mean? That's mandatory.
For sure.
Did you always have a passion to make luxury clothing?
No, actually.
Yeah, because I was going to say, like, from ground level to, you know, some of the price points to $1,800 jackets and $2,000 items, it takes a lot of balls.
Yeah,
You know
it
what I mean?
does.
And just like how you said, growing up, a lot of people would be like, who's Emmanuel? Who's he to sell these type of clothes, and who's he to believe that he could be a luxury brand?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Tell me how that passion developed.
So first of all, it was passion for clothing that developed
Okay.
first. But when you start, you don't know where you're stepping at. You know, you don't know what you're doing. You're just like producing, trying to make something. You
Exactly.
know, and then you make another thing and another thing. You know, so I didn't know what I was doing probably for the first like 3 years. You know, until I met someone who's like my mentor.
Yeah.
And his name is Yoni. And from there, I was guided, you know?
Yeah.
Because a lot of people forget that the biggest designers of this world were
Apprentice first.
to other big designers.
Yeah.
You know? And that's what I've done. And I absorbed everything I could. He had a brand that was making millions.
Wow.
That is still making very good numbers. And like I just started traveling all over the world with him, you know,
Exactly.
and learning how to book artists, you know, because I was always keen to being close to Americans because of my English, and you know, so I was the guy taking care of like artists and stuff like that. And then I got to the product. I never designed for his brand, but it's like we designed a lot together, and he showed me the transition in between streetwear and luxury that then I combined together to create the new Muso Kuso.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, they always say that once the student is ready, the teacher will appear.
For
you
sure.
know what I mean? And like how you said, it goes back to the mantra, the work will save you. Your work
Exactly.
ethic, your ambition, I mean, cultivated God to bless these endeavors to finally meet your teacher. It's going to take you over to the next hump and the next cusp. So let's get to a little bit more into the clothes. You know what I mean? Muso Kuso, I mean, it is detail oriented.
Yeah.
I love how the craftsmanship, the leather buttons, the seams, the Roman and Italian influences, and you incorporate your childhood a lot. You know what I mean? So it makes the brand more personal. You have Italian writing, quotes, and of course the fan favorite, the royal purple.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Take me through your creative process and who influenced you to create such, to be so detail oriented and not just post a screenshot picture and say, pay me $300. You know what I mean?
Because if you look at my Instagram, I've always been like meticulous from the start, even when I had 20 likes, you know?
Yeah.
Because like what people don't know is that everybody's watching. People are watching. People are always watching. You can't become less performant because you think that, oh, people are not watching. No, people are always watching your page. And, you know, I look at thousands of pages every day. I look at thousands of things on Google. Like, we're all like researchers, you know, even if we're not in this business, people want to know. The details is like, I think it's just who I am. Like, I'm an Italian, European, black man, you know?
Yeah.
So it goes both ways. So first of all, being Italian, I want to be meticulous because I'm Italian. And you would understand this part. Me being black also is like, I got to be meticulous because I'm black.
Yeah.
You know, because they like saying that we're not fine or that we're not like raffiné, we say in French, like or raffinato in Italian. It would mean like we're not like super precise or like which we are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know, like so many black artists, like I was looking into like a lot of history in these past couple of weeks, and I think like the man who invented the light was black.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, so I'm like, you know, and like so
lot
many
of hidden
things,
truths.
a lot of hidden truth is
yeah.
like, no, we are actually very precise human beings, and the mixture of both is what brings the next challenge. Because I'm like, I don't meet a lot of people like me, so I'm like, I gotta stand out. I gotta make sure that my product, when you see it, without me even speaking. It strikes you. It strikes you in your heart. You know what I mean? And it creates emotions.
Exactly.
You know, and from there, what you do, you take out your wallet and you buy it.
Exactly.
You know? So that's why I make these clothes. I make clothes for selling them to sell my creations, but I make high-end clothes to tell a story.
Yeah.
You know, a story of obviously my personal story through the garments, but a story of re-educating this generation of ours to like find things.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You know, because
Cultural things as
cultural
well.
things,
Yeah.
you know, like with a meaning and a history behind it.
Yeah, because I seen you even had a design where it was your I think it was your mother's or grandparents' address, and of course, you know, to the average American, we just see Italian writing and be like, man, this shit hard, and we want to just buy it. But then, like I said, it goes back to the layers
Here somewhere.
where it says like, nah, it's you're detail oriented.
Yeah.
You're just not slapping anything, even to the yeah.
So this here is like my grandmother, my grandma's like address. It's like Lojata 107. So I created like a jersey
Yeah.
out of it. It's heavy. It's like soccer, so football, European, you know, inspired, but also NFL inspired. It has the Muso Kuso logo on the left here, and it has
Yeah, and get into, is this a wolf?
that's a she-wolf.
She wolf. Okay.
The she-wolf is the sign of the city of Rome.
Wow.
And these two guys that you see there drinking out of the milk are Rome and Romulus, who are the two founders of the city of Rome.
Wow.
Yes, there were brothers who were found. It's a myth. Okay, they were found not the like in the forest.
Yeah.
And that this she-wolf was taking care of them basically. So
Okay.
basically, the dynasty of Rome started with these two emperors,
Wow.
with these two kings, brothers.
And like I said,
You
it's
know?
not just a design. It's a story. It's history. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's culture.
It's culture.
You know what I
It's
mean?
culture, yes. So there's my grandmother's address on it. Thank you. And there's like the logos of the brand who have a strong Italian like connotation.
Yeah. Now, what's your grandmother think of having her address out there?
Well, first of all, so she doesn't live there no more, and she
Okay.
passed away.
Oh,
Yes.
my condolences.
So she passed away in January. That's why I'm releasing
Wow.
that product. I've been had it designed for 2 years.
Wow.
But since she passed away recently, I wanna release it.
In honor. In honor.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, that's amazing. So I want to get to 2017, which is, I believe, a pivotal moment in your life. It's your first time touching American soil. You know what I mean? Was there any culture shocks that I imagine?
Yeah. So I remember when I got to the States, I landed in New York, and I got to JFK, and the first thing I noticed was how many, like, I don't know how to say it, but like how many fat police
Yeah.
people there is, you know? Because in Europe, first of all, there's not a lot of fat people.
Yeah. Yep.
You know, I don't have nothing against fat people at all.
Nah.
But I was just shocked seeing so many officers overweight.
Nah, yeah.
And I'm like, how can they even run after a robber? Or how can they, you know? I'm like, that was the first shock. Then I went into the line, and the other shock was the line. Like the line for everybody who's not American to get into the other side of the gate of customs.
Yep.
It was crazy. It
Yeah.
was like 2-3 hours. I never experienced something like that in my life. So I think I understood like the magnitude of America
Yeah.
right there and then.
Yeah.
Like you're a little man in a humongous country.
Yep.
You know what I mean, you know? And so after that, I took a flight, and everybody was like quite cold in New York. Like, you know, like when when I spoke to people, like they were like, hello, yes.
Yeah, it's
like,
very
you know?
short. Very short on the East Coast.
Why
yeah.
I'm saying this because I didn't even go out of the airport, that I took a connecting flight to Atlanta.
Wow.
And as soon as I got out of Atlanta, I felt a total difference. Like
Yeah,
everybody's like, "Hey, darling, how are you?"
Southern
And
hospitality.
I'm like, "Wow, like, it's different." Like you
Night
know?
and day, yep.
Yes. And so those were the shocks. And when I got out at the airport in Hartsfield, I just got straight to work, you know. And the other culture shock was I went to see, like, this friend of mine who used to live in Italy came to pick me up. She's Italian, and she's black Italian.
Wow.
Yes, and she moved out there, and we went to see some of her friends, And one of the big culture shock was like, I was like, I'm Italian, but I live in Belgium. And they're asking me like, speak Belgian. Like,
Yeah.
speak Belgian, you know? And I'm like, Belgian is not a language, it's a country. We speak French,
Wow.
Dutch, you know?
Yeah.
German, you know? But there's not an official Belgian language, you know? So I'm
Okay.
like, I think the fact of like another culture shock was like the geography, like the lack of geography, or, you know, like us coming from Europe, we are pushed to know about America.
Yeah,
Because America
yeah.
is the great country. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah,
You know,
yeah,
and
yep.
we dream of going there. Obviously, Americans dream of going to Europe, but as tourists.
Tourists, yeah.
You know, not to go live. Obviously, yes, there's some Americans who
course.
who dream of living in Europe, but it's not the same thing.
Yeah, you know,
Like,
the
you
American
know,
dream is coined for a
yes,
reason.
There's not a European dream.
Exactly.
Like there's an American dream, and
Yep.
you know, so yeah.
So yeah, so during that time in Atlanta, you actually became Young Thug's assistant. So
Yeah.
coming from Belgium, right,
Yeah.
all the way to America, with just a hope and a dream, and landing, having a connecting flight to New York and landing in Atlanta, to eventually becoming Young Thug's assistant. How did that come to fruition?
It was a culture shock. It was a culture shock. I had to adapt in so many ways, where sometimes like it used to like irritate Thug, you know?
Wow.
Yes, because I was learning.
Yeah.
Like it's like a kid who's learning how to swim. I
Exactly.
wasn't moving as fast, you know? Today, I'm the fastest, you know? But at the time, I was developing myself into becoming who I had to be, and it was the start. So at the very start of my career, I was given to this humongous superstar,
Yes.
you know, as an assistant.
Especially Young Thug, because you know, he's a rapper, but everybody knows he's more than a rapper.
Yes.
He's an icon.
He's an icon.
In music, you know what I mean?
In music, fashion, yeah.
His versatility of how he come on songs, and
Yeah.
how he raps, his flow, his cadences, to his fashion and what he wore, you know what I mean, pushing the needle of fashion and what, you know, quote unquote, what black people could wear and what's accepted in the black culture. Because, you know, 10, 15 years ago, wearing skinny jeans was not it, you know what
I think he definitely pushed the boundaries and made a lot of things acceptable. He was like the martyr, you know.
Exactly.
Like, for
Yeah,
a
he took
lot
it.
of
Yeah,
things,
he
you
took
know?
it. He took it first.
Now we don't think about it anymore because we're living in different times and other things have happened in the
Yeah.
meantime. But Thug is the most influential artist of our generation.
Yep.
You know, and I don't say that just because he's my friend, and I really believe that he is. You know, so and people like Ye will tell you the same thing.
Yep.
You know, now times are shifting. You know, things are evolving, and there's like other talents or other people coming up on the scene. You know,
new sounds and stuff. Yeah.
there will always be, you know. But
The
I
new
think
kid on the block,
yes,
yeah.
the new kid on the block. But I think Thug will always be the reference for these kids who are coming out.
Exactly.
You know, because
Yeah.
he was the first
Literally.
guy to do it. You know, out of our
Took
generation.
all the hate for it.
Yes.
All, you know what I mean, rolled
Yes.
with the punches.
For sure.
Didn't care, and then kept climbing, kept
Yeah.
going, getting bigger and bigger.
And
So,
bigger.
full circle moment. The YSL trial. It's one of the biggest RICOs in the last 10 to 15 years.
Yeah.
Young Thug was actually spotted wearing your Muso Kuso customized suit. Tell me, like, the impact of that. Like, coming from Italy, you know what I mean? A kid that's just dreaming, most people believing that you're arrogant, you know what I mean? Most people not seeing the vision that you have, to finally, on one of the biggest stages of the world, Young Thug, the top icon, wearing your suit. How fulfilling that was for you?
So it was a beautiful feeling because while we were making the suit, we weren't sure if he was going to wear it or not.
Yeah.
Because we weren't sure about his sizes. We weren't sure about a lot of things, you know. We weren't sure if he's going to get it, you know. And when we woke up that morning and we turned on the TV, he was wearing it.
Yeah.
And I went on my Instagram and I had hundreds of mentions already, even before posting it on my account, you know. So it was groundbreaking.
Breaking, for sure.
Because like Complex, High Beast, all these pages posted it.
Yeah.
Ice Nabadi. And it was beautiful to see. It was beautiful to see my work all over the world.
Yeah.
You know, and yeah, it was a very good experience. So, yeah, like the fact that he wore it and how he wore it, you know, and like I think I'll never forget that moment. You know,
Yeah.
it was probably one of the top 3 moments of my
Do
career.
you feel like that was like the coming to the world moment for Muso Kuso?
Yeah, it was definitely an introduction to the world because it was a suit.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
you know,
Yeah,
not
you know what I
every
mean?
brand makes suits, you know? So introducing yourself as a brand who has a suit is like, oh, like this is a premium or luxury
It's like
brand.
Tom Ford, you know what I mean?
Yes,
Yeah, you know
exactly,
what I mean?
you know? So it was a direct introduction so like you were saying, like, how can you sell these jackets like for $1,000? Well, thanks to placement like that, people discover my work.
Yeah.
And you see the suit is like, it's made in Italy.
Yeah.
It has beautiful embroideries and, you know, so it's like every piece is worked hard and I'm coming to the public as a designer.
Yeah.
Who has a brand.
First.
You know,
Yeah.
yes, not just a brand.
Brand, yes.
Yeah. It happened when it had to happen. Like it was a God.
Divine timing.
It was a divine time and placement. Like, but we sent it to him. He wore it 3 months later. Like, do you understand? Like,
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
not,
yeah,
you
it
know,
was-
and
yeah.
he wore it at the right moment. Because towards the end, you know, like, it was shocking because, like, people recognize, like, people ask me, oh, are you the guy who did the suit? Like, people ask me a lot about it, you
Yeah.
know? And I'm like, damn, it was culture shock.
No,
you know?
it shook the internet for
Yeah.
sure. For sure. 'Cause, you know, all eyes was on Young Thug during that time.
For sure.
I think it was one of those, like, the hearings where he was, like, finalizing his sentencing and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And, like I said, that has to be, like, a major accomplishment,
Yeah.
fulfilling and a trajectory, you know what I mean, pusher for
Mm-hmm.
you and your brand, you know what I mean?
Most definitely.
And now let's talk about Kanye West.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about your connections with Ye.
So I met Ye, I think like now 3 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I started working for him like quite quickly. At the start, I was doing whatever I could.
Yeah.
Like I even hold cameras to film. Like
Yeah,
I'm not
exactly.
even a cameraman. Like
Yeah.
Like anything that
Anything
I could help
to
with
fulfill the
you know?
mission, yep.
Yes. Until he understood that I was a designer and a talented one. So right now we're working on the new Yeezy collection.
Wow.
Yeezy 10, Yeezy X. And I'm making like hundreds of samples for him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any dates? Any preview dates for us?
I don't know. It's all up to him, but the pieces are super fire.
Yeah.
And definitely next level again. Like the ideas that we're sharing with him, me, the team are next level, you know,
Yeah.
and it's beautiful to work with somebody who's a genius.
Exactly.
And not just a genius, it's beautiful to work with somebody who has the ability of putting into action each idea, you know?
Yeah.
Because as a creative, that's one of the hardest things. You can have very fire ideas. If you don't release them in time, or if you don't release them at all, well, it's never going to create no impact. you know?
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
he's a genius in ideas, but a genius executor.
Exactly.
You know?
And marketing, his rollout, everything.
Yes.
You like he's going to cultivate the attention and hype that
For sure.
he wants. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And you know that's what makes him the GOAT.
Yes,
You know what I mean?
most definitely. Like that's why I still work with him, because I think that like not everywhere you're gonna get to learn what he can teach you.
Exactly.
You know, and he's one of the last really like GOATs. Like
Yeah.
if not the last one, really. You know, and he's merged music to fashion and fashion back to music to architecture to, you know, like yeah, he's definitely somebody that I'm super inspired of.
Yeah.
You know, on a daily basis.
I seen this excerpt with Wallow. He was saying that everybody wants to be the man. You know what I mean? Everybody wants to skip the work. Everybody wants to skip the valleys, the mountains, and they just want to be on top of the mountain. And the thing he said was that nobody wants to be the executive assistant. Now, just going through your timeline, you was an assistant for Young Thug, and then of course you was an assistant for Kanye West. Tell me the importance and of those roles and what what perks did you gain from being under these men? Like, what type of thought process that altered that maybe something that you was like, man, Kanye West, like, you really on to something. Like, I have to change a lifestyle choice of mine to not only obtain this level or maybe get on this next vision, but to procure the next release or anything like that.
They're both like big leaders, you know, so I think the first thing that I noticed was like the amount of people that they take care of on
Yeah.
a daily basis, you know, and all the work that has to be done on a daily basis, which
Yeah.
is like kind of crazy.
Yeah, I can only imagine how many
Yeah.
people he employs.
Yeah, you know, like, and both of them like differently, you know. But one thing that they have in common would be the work ethic. Like, people would think that once you achieve a multi-million-dollar status or $1 billion status, you stop working. No,
Yeah,
you
you
just
just
stop.
kick
you
your feet up.
Yeah, you just work more.
Wow.
These guys work much more than average people.
Yeah.
Because not for the money, because they want to achieve the goals.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They want to see what's next, you know, and they're trying to build new things,
Yeah.
you know? So it goes
Building that legacy.
Yes, it goes prior to money. Even like Doug has a verse where he says like, can you let me borrow $1 billion, you know? And I actually used it as one of my posts because like, yes, like, yeah, you got to show us, you know, the way, you know, and thanks to like leaders like him, we have at least an example
Exactly.
of what is a
Yeah.
black billionaire.
Yeah.
You know, although all the things happening around him, imagine you being a black billionaire. Life wouldn't be easy. You know what I mean? You know, you're a black billionaire and you have several billions. And it's not just that. He's the most influential human being walking on earth.
Yeah. Alive.
You know,
Yep.
alive. So yeah, the position, I wouldn't want to put myself in his position or try to understand his position.
Yeah.
You know, that's not my role.
Yeah.
Nor with Doug. Like, all I could do is cherish the relationship, and what I love doing with both is like bringing them like fire clothes and showing them my clothes. And,
Yeah.
and most recently I seen both of them, and I brought them actually the same jacket and the same fit, and both of them were like, yo, this is crazy, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm like, that's what accomplishes me as a designer, what makes me proud. I'm like, okay, like my ideas that I execute directly, when I have them, I bring them to them, and they're like, you know, and I see the reaction. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm onto something.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
definitely
yeah, yeah.
doing something, you know, and this is next level. So
It's just more fuel to the fire.
more fuel to the fire. It motivates you.
Yeah.
You know, imagine showing a jacket to Ye, and he's like, yo, like, this is a great idea. This is a great idea, you know, and like, it's just like super motivating.
Exactly.
Like, damn, okay, like he likes it.
It's
you
a
know?
billionaire that essentially accumulated his wealth through
Yes,
fashion.
yes.
So it's like,
It's the status of the money, yes, of the income that he has, but it's also of the amount of things that he's seen in his life as a creative and the genius that he is, that he finds that still original and still fire.
yeah,
Yeah, that's also one of the things, you know, where it's not easy to impress him.
Yeah.
For example, that's what I'm trying to say, you know, because he's seen a lot of things. And, you know, one time we brought him like 100 different type of fleeces, and some of them were like Yeezy inspired.
Yeah.
You know, and he was like, yo, like that jacket, it's me. That's me.
He can just spy it out just like that, huh?
Because of the pattern, how it's cut and everything. Is like, I came up with these patterns. Like,
Yeah.
even the patterns we're working on now, they're not like normal patterns. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like they're not patterns that you would see everywhere. Like, you know, so yeah, I think that's what was really original with Yeezy and Ye, and that's what I learned from him, you know. Now on the other side, I haven't been close to Thug because he was in jail, and I just recently seen him.
yeah,
But the most recently, like, I've designed for like 2 of his brands.
okay. Yeah, Spider's going crazy.
Yeah, not Spider though.
Not
2
Spider?
new brands.
Okay.
Yeah, and I've had the chance to spend some time with him in the studio, listen to the album. I've had the chance to give him clothes.
Yeah.
I think the most thing that like I cherish is that he understood the level up that my career and my clothes have taken since he's been in jail. You know, because I've been not making luxury clothes for like 5 years. I think it's been like 2 years. So I'm thinking, if I really think about it, like I think he was in jail when I launched Muso Kuso as a luxury brand. You know, when I relaunched it. You know, so like he was like kind of like shocked to see the garments and the pieces and like like it's totally different now. You know,
Yeah. So you know, in the rap industry, when we talk about fashion and different jeans, a lot of rappers rap about Japanese denim, but you actually come in with Italian denim. Do you consider yourself spearheading Italian denim back into the market?
That's a good question. I would say yes.
Yeah.
Because it's like where I come from. So I just like, for example, the Italian denim I like using is Candiani denim.
Okay.
And I got introduced to all of the denims, and the one that I liked the most was that one.
Yeah.
So it's not just a marketing move, it's also by preference and choice that I use Italian denim.
Yeah.
And then like I just respect the people who came before me in this business. You know, like the other designers, like such as, I don't know, Roberto Cavalli, Giorgio Armani, you know, and I see myself as an Italian designer.
Yeah.
You know, yes, obviously I'm black, but I'm an Italian designer.
Yeah,
so
as well.
I'm continuing the path of this long history of Italian
this lineage
of Italian.
Yeah, you're cementing yourself in that lineage for sure.
Yes.
And that takes me to Born in Roma, your debut collection.
Yeah.
Sold out.
Yes.
Sold out. What made you take the leap and say, I'm ready, let's do it?
It took a lot. I think I never invested so much money into a collection because we didn't know what we were doing at the start.
Yeah.
So we were learning how to make premium garments at the same time making a collection.
Yeah.
You know? So I think that a lot of money went into the development part, you know, which is normal because like that's how it
you have
is.
to
Like
from the
with
ground
VA,
up.
we got some pieces or like V5, V6, like V6 of one sample, version 6 of one sample.
Yeah.
You know? So I'm like, yes. Yeah, it's in constant development. But when you don't know where you're stepping, it's a little bit harder because like...
And a little bit discouraging as well, huh?
Yes, it is discouraging, but like the small accomplishments bring you
It's
like
the reassurance.
Small motivation.
Yeah.
Like seeing a beautiful jacket, like, you know, like a beautiful fit, you know, you're like, damn, like it brings you some joy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know, and then you think about the money spent and you're like, okay, let's continue, you know, because what else are you going to do? Like, you know what I mean? Like we believe in our brands, like we believe in ourselves.
Exactly.
You know, and our brands are an extensions of ourselves, you know? So your brand has to look good like you look good.
Yeah.
You have to look good like your brand. That's also why I got very deeply into fitness and things like that because I'm like, how can I sell $2,000 jackets if I'm overweight?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know, and it's a reality. Like you live one time. That's also like part of the work will save you. You live one time. Like God gave us a chance to be on earth once.
Yeah.
What are we gonna do with this little moment that we have?
Yep.
You know, so I'm like, damn, I gotta be successful. You know, I gotta be successful because now I look up to people, but I have people looking up to me. So I'm like, I'm in this middle of this thing where I'm like, I'm close to my, I'm very touching my mentors and I don't believe in idols, but I'm like, I'm touching like the people that I look up to.
Yeah.
And at the same time, I'm bringing all of the kids of the culture with me. You know what I mean? You know, so I'm in between both, but it's a beautiful experience because I really feel like a young Virgil.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know, because I'm in the middle of all of these situations and I haven't yet made it, but we're feeling the excitedness of the
the momentum.
The momentum of the come up, you know, which is probably the best feelings
exactly.
that you can have in a career, you know, because once we'll make it, we'll be like, yes, we have this, we did this, but this is the moment that counts the most, you know?
Yeah. That brings me to your rollout. Your marketing strategy was nothing short of amazing. I mean, you had photo shoots in the Swiss Alps, also in Rome. You had hosted a pop-up shop in Belgium.
Yeah.
And not only that, you even secured a spot in Tokyo's most iconic boutique spots, Nubian.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What was the vision behind this global, highly impactful rollout?
I think it's also due to my mentor's influence because like he introduced me to Nubian.
Yeah.
So like Yoni brought me over there.
I mean, that's big.
Yeah, it's big.
That's-
And they keep on getting bigger. I think they have 4 or 5 stores now
Yeah.
in Tokyo. You know, so the owner became a friend.
Wow.
Combo. Combo is the owner of Nubian, and he just became like not only a friend, but out there in Tokyo, he became like a reference
Yeah,
for
huh?
artists, for artists like who like fashion. Like
Yeah.
they'll visit his stores and they'll cop, and so he believed in me like from the start. You
Yeah.
know, Combo. So he used to fly me out there, and you know, and like he used to like get me hotels. He used to
Wow.
like help me. He used to like buy me like my clothes.
Yeah.
My line sheets.
Wow.
Like, you know, I used to send him line sheets, and he used
Wow.
to order. Like, you know, like
And that brings me to like when you say like you want clothes to have an impact, evoke emotion, and you say that you want to embody the same thing as yourself personally as your clothes. And obviously, it must be something that works for you because you having these people that sees your vision, and it seems like they just 100% believe in it. They see the jacket, they see your lifestyle, they see how meticulous you are, and they 100% behind you. You know, that takes me to when you were in Japan, securing a spot like Nubian.
Yeah.
And like how you said, it's a cornerstone for all the musicians to come in Japan and shop. That's essentially already achieving the goal that you seeked out to be.
yeah,
You know
most
what I mean?
definitely. Like the internationality of the project was there since the start because the connections that were made were all natural.
Yeah.
Like nothing came unnaturally or nothing was forced.
Yeah.
You know, like such as the connection with Nubian or such as the connections that are happening now or like that's the thing. It's gonna take time.
Yeah.
Like kids don't understand that it's gonna take time. Nothing comes overnight because
sir.
things often happen naturally.
Yeah.
And when you know it's like a plant. Like you can come every day, check on
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
It'll
yeah.
still be there. You know,
It's gonna grow when it grows.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
gonna grow when it's gonna grow.
Exactly.
So you have to be part of that process, and you have to respect the patience through the process. You know, because that's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
When I started fashion, I thought I was gonna blow up in 1 or 2 years.
Yeah,
It's been
right.
10 years. You know, so obviously there's levels of blowing up. You know, because people back home they'll tell me, "Bro, you've made it," but I'm like.
There's still
Yes,
more.
I've made it, but like I was saying, I look up to certain people, and that's where I want to see myself at. You know, like I want to be remembered as a great designer, you know,
Yeah.
or like as you know. So, like doing what I'm just doing now is not enough. We're gonna have to take it up 2, 3 times up a notch. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that brings me to LA. You know what I mean? LA have seen cultivate a lot of brands that has launched from the ground level to the upper echelons of Saks Fifth and Neiman Marcus. Why do you think LA market cultivates so many designers compared to its other counterparts in different markets?
This is another good question. I think that Los Angeles is a hub. Is a hub of many things like music, fashion, like weed, crypto, like, and I think that it's definitely a spot where you can grow.
Yep.
You know, in any of these businesses. You know, so what I picked obviously was what I was doing, fashion. So I think it's a city where you can evolve very quickly.
Yeah.
In LA, you can make a garment, go to Melrose or Fairfax, meet a celebrity,
Yeah,
and give
right.
it to him, and he just
Exactly.
made a product placement.
Yep.
Even if he didn't wear it, you could take a picture with him and your product. Where
promote yourself.
Kids in Russia can't do that.
Yeah.
Kids in Thailand can do that. Kids in Belgium can't do that. They're gonna have to wait for the artist to come, like I used to do, and wait outside the club and give them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're here, we're in Hollywood. So I'm like, if you wanna reach the stars, you're definitely closer.
Yeah,
right? You
right.
know what I mean? You know, so yes, it's super expensive. It's not easy to live. It's but it's definitely one of those places if that you can evolve quickly.
Exactly.
You know, if
Yeah, like
if,
they say, there's ASAP Rocky jogging in the middle of the
Yes.
street. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You go to any local mall or
that's exactly it.
coffee shop and bump into an A-list celebrity.
In 10 minutes, I was like on Melrose and I seen like Tyler the Creator. I
Wow.
spoke to him. I showed him my Instagram.
Yeah.
And you know, he was like fucking with it. He was like,
Yeah,
bro, like,
Tyler's killing it right now
yes,
with the
you
Lit
know?
Flair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I showed him my jackets. He's like, bro, these are very, very fire. He's like, I like your energy. We were eating at the same spot. He left, and then like 5 minutes later, Ye pulled up, you know, and he smiled at me in his car,
Wow.
you know, with his wife, and then he dipped. And I was with some friends just chilling, and like he turned the block twice because he seen me, and then he turned, and then he came again. And
Yeah.
he said, "What's up?" So I'm like, that doesn't happen back home.
Anywhere. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you're not gonna go see Tyler the Creator, and 5 minutes later, Ye,
Yeah.
in the same spot. You know,
Yeah, even back home in like East Coast, like in New York, when celebrities kind of like leave venues, it's literally venue to black truck to venue.
Yeah.
There's no stopping, talking, and any of that like kind of interactions. So like how you said, LA's the networking hub.
Yeah.
Anything that you want to cultivate or any vision.
And then there's the studios, like
Yeah,
you know, like
exactly.
the music studios.
Yep.
Like at night, everybody like hibernates in the music studios. So you're gonna go. I used to be out a lot, one studio to another studio to another studio, and you see all these people like working at night in the studio,
Yeah.
like celebrities, like industry people, you know. So I'm like, yeah, it's definitely like a melting pot of all of these things. So if you have a product and you're trying to push it and you know how to do it, LA is definitely the city to do it. It's gonna cost you some money. It's gonna cost you a lot of money,
Yeah.
you know.
but you have to invest in your dreams though.
Yeah, if you don't invest in your dreams, what are you gonna invest in?
Is there any other projects that you were a part of that people may not know?
Yeah,
Countless, huh?
hundreds, hundreds. But
Through the apprenticeships and
no, not even. I don't do apprenticeship.
okay.
Like hundreds of clients.
Wow.
Somehow, like even Ye is a client, cause like I'm not under a salary at Easy.
Yeah.
Like me and my partners, like we send him invoices, like, and he pays the invoice, so he's one of our clients. you know?
Yeah.
So yeah,
That's a subtle flex, y'all.
yeah,
That's major.
yeah. He's
Yeah.
like, before I used to be paid under Easy,
Yeah.
but now it's like it's the same account, but it's like he's paying invoices. He's not
Yeah.
paying salary.
Yeah.
You know, I've done a bunch of projects with a whole bunch of artists. I'm designing for artists every day.
Yeah.
You know, like if I can name drop, like I did a jacket for Johnny Dang. I'm
Wow.
designing a jacket for Johnny Dang. I'm designing a jacket for the creator of Raw, The Papers.
What's his name? Josh?
Yes,
Yeah,
Josh.
yep.
I've designed jackets for Morehouse
Yeah.
Col-
College.
college.
Yeah. Yep.
I designed some jackets for
Iconic
them.
HBCU.
Yes.
Yes.
They asked me to design stuff for. What's the name of that kid making music with EA right now? That big kid. Dave Blunt.
Dave Blunt.
I gotta start that. Like every day, people ask us to design because like we're kind of hot right now. I'm kind of hot, so I'm like I became like kind of the go-to.
Yeah. Right.
You know, not super yet mainstream, but like for the people who know.
Who know. If you
In
know,
the
you know.
industry, I'm the
Yeah.
I'm the name that's like, oh, I need a design, bro. You should go see this guy. You know.
Yep.
So that's kind of like bubbling quite a lot, you know, because I'm receiving like more and more and more like. And now what we're receiving a lot is like, because I'm starting to like post more Muso Kuso as a new drop is coming. Like we're like just getting a lot of people who want to buy clothes right
Yeah.
now, you know, and when
The volume
yeah,
went up,
exactly.
huh?
And yes, the value went up. I don't know how, or like there's just a bunch of things that happened, and now like people are demanding us way more product. So we're about to release something for the summer.
Yep.
And
Yeah, because online everything's sold out.
yes.
Yeah, you can't
because
even-
I just like each jacket. I made 20 of each.
Yeah.
Not more. And the hoodies, we probably made like 50 to 100 of each.
Wow.
Not more.
Yeah.
You know, obviously I made this was destined for the sale. Then I made other production runs just
Yeah.
for marketing.
Okay. Yeah.
You know what I mean, you know? So yes, it was produced in hundreds, but yeah, we we gave some stuff to, you know, like it's all about at the start making the brand known.
First, yep. Brand
And
recognition.
also, it's like there's that line between getting the brand known and then being known and being in the stores, and now people are buying it.
Yeah.
I was when I was Young Thug's assistant. Like he used to speak to Virgil often on the phone, and we even met Virgil. Like
Wow.
you know, yes, in New York and in Texas, both occasions for the Travis Scott tour.
Okay.
And I was in Saks with Virgil with Thug buying Off-White.
That's legendary.
So, you know, so like he could have called and be like, yo, can you send me some clothes? But no, like they once you're in the store, people want to support you.
Yeah,
Like, you
exactly.
know, like, you know, like because you've made it to the store.
Yeah,
Now you
it's
want,
like them giving you your flowers.
oh, hell yeah. Like,
yeah.
You know, so that's the thing, you know, so I'm like, the store's like, obviously like, we're getting there, you know, like I've released Born in Roma. I've entered it in Tokyo. At Nubian, and now this next collection, I want to put it here in stores here, at least
Yeah.
1 or 2 if possible, you know? But I'm like, where I'm at with it is like the stores, the culture knows I'm next up,
Yeah,
but not
exactly.
the stores.
Yeah,
So now what we have to do is show the stores that I have the culture.
Exactly.
I have the culture, but I need to do these placements and do all these, make these moves, like, you know, these photo shoots, you know? I have to show the fashion world of the buyers, of the stores, that I have hip hop in my hands.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm one of the next big creatives, designers coming out of this hip hop culture, which influence directly the fashion culture.
exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
hand in hand.
It's hand to hand, and it's stepping stones. Like
Yeah.
you're not gonna be big in fashion. First you got to become big in hip hop.
Hip hop.
So become big in hip hop is having all the main guys wearing your brand and pointing at you.
Yep.
And when everybody points at you, what's going to happen? The other culture of fashion, you know, that is obviously intertwined with our culture,
yep.
is going to see that, and they're going to be like, "Yo, there's a new designer in town."
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Hip hop stamped him.
Exactly. Hip hop just stamped him. You seen Thug, you seen Future, you seen Ye. Okay, bet. Okay, now, oh shit, he's Italian.
Yeah.
He speaks French.
Goes back
Where
to the
did y'all
layering.
find
Yeah,
this
yeah,
guy from?
yeah,
Like, where'd y'all
yeah.
find him? Like, where does
Exactly.
he come from? Boom. And from there, like, I think to me, like, we're gonna assist at another great career or another great rollout.
Yeah.
You know, of a black designer. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You know, like, cause like, I love what Pharrell is doing at Louis Vuitton, but I think that I prefer what Virgil used to do. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know, because Virgil just shocked the world.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
this is like, for me, Pharrell is creative director of Louis Vuitton. He is, obviously, yeah. But I'm like, for me, when it was Virgil, it looked like a collab. It looked
Yeah.
like Louis Vuitton x Virgil Abloh.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
Because he brought so much of his touch to
Yeah.
it. You know? So, yeah, like, I think the next steps are just like continuing to expand, you know, the brand. And I haven't dropped in probably like 8 months. And now we're ready to drop, you know.
Yeah.
I obviously have a whole collection ready to drop
Yeah,
for the
yeah,
winter,
right.
you know. But I'm like, I've selected some pieces and added some other pieces for the summer because like people, you know, are demanding it.
Yeah,
like
they're
if I didn't
eager.
have a demand, I would continue working. You
Exactly.
know? But I'm like, no, there is a demand. People are wanting it, and I'm like, I can't just not do nothing. You know?
Yeah.
Like, I'm still gonna run a small production. It's not gonna be huge, but it's definitely gonna come out soon.
Yeah. So, that leads me right into my next question was, what's next for Muso Kuso and also Emanuel Ricci?
Okay, so what's next? So we're about to release my second collection, but before releasing my second collection, which is a fall-winter, we're gonna release the pre-drop. Just like Born in Roma had a pre-drop.
Yep.
You know, the pre-drop of Alta Moda is pre-Alta Moda.
Okay.
Okay. Alta Moda means high fashion in Italian.
Yeah.
You know, so it's gonna be my take at making high fashion, like not just premium. I'm talking about high fashion clothing, garments.
Yeah.
You know, so that's for Muso. So Alta Moda will be the next collection, the second collection that will come with a first pre-chapter. Okay. That is the summer drop, and then from there. I'm already working on my third collection.
Wow.
I already have the name, everything.
Yeah.
It will probably be a spring summer.
Spring summer. Okay.
I'm not gonna say the name because like I want to keep the focus on my second collection, who's
First.
not even there yet.
Yeah,
but I'm
right.
already working on the third
Yep.
one. And that's for Muso Kuso, and like in the next months we're gonna expand, probably like we never expanded in the past, because like a lot of things are happening in my business because I have also a marketing agency.
Yeah.
So I'm like the growth is happening, so we're gonna use the momentum to fuel it into Muso Kuso, because that's what we believe in the most, and that's what is setting us apart from all of these brands, our brand.
Yeah.
So when I started, I never knew that I was gonna make production for hundreds of brands. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But if that is, like, actually with my mentor, I was watching that Mike Amir interviews, and he said like he started like making clothes for other people and investing that money into his brand. And I'm like, me and my mentor were like, my mentor told me that's what you got to do.
Yeah.
Because like everybody in this industry and everybody asking you for stuff every day. So I'm like,
Yeah,
why don't
capitalize
you
on it.
capitalize on it and start sending them invoices? I'm like, what? I did that and it changed my life. That's how I was able to finance Born in Roma.
Yeah.
And that's how we're financing Alta Moda, So also recently I became creative director of like Sinsemilla.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Good peoples.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we're in the building of Sinsemilla,
Yeah.
where I have my own offices, where I conduct all my businesses, such as Muso Kuso, Cortex, and Sinsemilla.
Yeah.
So yes, we're definitely loving the trio that I'm embodying with these three brands.
Exactly.
And there's a lot of things that are gonna come in the next month. Like, I love summer, but I love winter because of the clothes. Like,
Yeah,
the
you
summer's
can
gonna
actually put it on,
yes,
the layering and all that. In the summertime, it's
making a big spring-summer campaign is good, but you rather wait for a winter campaign.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Why? Because it lasts longer, first of all, for me, and because, like, selling a T-shirt is good, but you want to sell a jacket.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, yes, we're going to sell shorts and T-shirts for the summer, but I'm like we're trying to sell big pieces, and the big pieces are sold, and not because of the price, but it's because of like the vision.
Yeah.
Like you remember when Ye did that show, the Yeezy season show where Lil Yachty and Young Thug.
Yeah, they had
what was standing out? The guys with the big
Big
furry
ass-
coats.
yeah, yep.
Like think
Big sweaters and
Thug
holes in
had the
them.
yellow one.
Yep.
And that was 4 racks for that one, and then Lil Yachty had like a red one or whatever. So I'm like, those are like the emblematic pieces that
Yeah.
stay and that people want to. So I'm like, it's like, yes, I created a winter collection. I'm ready for it. I'm gonna release it whenever time is due for that. But before that, I'm gonna release like a pre-drop for the summer.
Yeah.
Which I think is like perfect timing. Yeah.
Well, man, I would love to get into some of the pieces you have here.
Yes. So this is some of the samples that I have for my next collection. I want to start with this one here.
Yeah.
It's a trapper hat, fluffy trapper hat, white trapper, because it's a long story, but I didn't name it trapper. The hat is called trapper because I think like the Soviet Russian soldiers used to wear this in the traps, like
Wow,
like the
and
traps in those like
the foxholes and stuff like that?
yes,
Yeah.
like not in the foxholes. The traps were like those like they're like long tunnels that they used to dig for war.
Yeah.
And
trench.
yeah, like trenches.
Yeah.
So yes, so like it's called the fluffy trapper hat.
Yeah, and that's the main thing.
Yeah,
the leather strap and the buttons.
So we got real leather straps with the Muso Kuso coin button, the Roman coin, to close it as closure. Then we have the logo here, also like to make it smaller.
the intricate details, man.
So also this, you could put it up and down, basically. Yeah, it's a crazy hat.
Yeah.
It's definitely
Very
a crazy hat.
flamboyant. Yeah.
So I'm releasing them soon, and yeah, I love it. I love it. It took us some work to get to this, probably like a couple samples. We didn't get to it like directly.
Yeah. Now, what made you experiment into getting such a loud hat like that?
Well, I think that, to be honest, I designed this hat like probably like more than 6 months ago. I was with Kai, you know, and we were at my house and we are thinking like, well, how can we make a hat? And Kai, I think he told me like, why don't we make it all in leather? And I told him like, why don't we make it all in fluffy? And then like 2 weeks after that, we just start seeing like so many fluffy hats appearing.
Yeah.
You know, like I didn't have the idea. It's just like probably something that I've seen recently, and I'm like, you know, and now like fluffy hats are just like appearing like from everywhere. Everyone's a fluffy hat, you know. So I'm like, okay, perfect. So then we have this piece. This is one of my favorites.
Man.
It's a fully cow leather racing jacket. It got the Muso patch logo here with the Italian flag, with the American flag with the Kuso patch. So this is a mix of patches, as you can see, embroideries, panels in leather, and print.
Wow.
The logo at the back is printed on this round stitch panel that is actually like part of my branding, you know, having this round panel here. You can see the embroidery.
It's like the motif.
Exactly, yes, the motif. And yeah, this is definitely one of my favorite pieces here. This biker racing jacket. Then we have this one here. This one is called Cesarino. Cesarino was Cleopatra and Julius Caesar's son.
Wow.
See, I think I called the Cesarino Ricci.
Man.
So everything is embossed.
And this is leather.
Yeah, this is leather. Also real leather, cow real leather. All the ribbing of this jacket is embossed.
Yeah.
So the details of the rib fully
It's out
embossed.
this world.
With the Roman coins here, embossing on the shoulder pads, on the suede body fabric, you know. Now we have this one, which is the Gladiator version 2, because the first one was this one, and then this is the second version of it for Alta Moda. So this one is kind of special. It got Swarovski patches. It got laser cut logos, custom buttons.
So the buttons,
It got embossed flowers.
Yeah, this is what I wanted. This is next level. I mean,
like
what type of
Emanuel
machinery
flowers.
you need to craft this type? Is this
It's
handmade?
a metal plate that you push out the fabric. Yeah. There's my logos inside of the flowers and the Muso Kuso logos inside of it. If you look at it,
That's next
if you look
level.
into it. Then the back, we also have a patch with more Swarovski and pearls and rhinestones. You know.
Yeah. And you say this is the eagle.
This is the eagle of Rome. Yes.
Wow.
A big symbol of the Roman dynasty, the Roman Empire. So when you go to Italy or Rome, you see a lot of these eagles.
Yeah.
You know? So yeah, that's it. Here I have my blanks.
Now you also have a blank workshop as well, right?
Yes, we have a workshop. We do. It's like 10 minutes from here. It's not like a blank workshop. It's just a workshop where we like print and manufacture for a bunch of people, you know?
Yeah.
So yes, we definitely work the blanks there. These blanks are not done there, but they get worked on there. So we do printing, or we'll do the dye. You know, like this white hoodie here. If you dye it, ends up being something like this. Like basically, you could dye that to get a result like this.
Yeah. And I actually seen you hands-on dyeing it yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
So like I did it for the video, but yeah. So most definitely, like these type of developments are possible when you have a PFD hoodie like that.
Okay, yeah.
You know, so that's why I also made it in white, so you can make your own dye and then your own custom print.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and so yeah.
And what type of material this is again?
This is French terry.
Wow.
500 GSM diagonal French terry. So it's that good fabric.
Yeah.
You know, made in Italy. You can see I have my tag here with the logos of the companies, and for my next drop I'm gonna have a composition tag. It's like we had to go so fast for production because of the demand, and the hoodie's so heavy that it breaks the hangers. Yeah, that's just to see it's a real 500 GSM hoodie.
Quality.
Yeah, quality, double stitching everywhere.
Craftsmanship.
My pattern,
Yeah.
My fabric, yeah, soft.
Yeah.
When you dye, it becomes even more softer. And yeah, like these hoodies are ready to go. Like they're like designer hoodies.
Yeah.
You know, for a good price.
Yep.
So if you want to scale up quickly, you can use this hoodie, you know, and you don't have to like no more have to cut and saw. You know, like you can come pick up 10 blanks, 20 blanks, print it, give it to a celebrity, and he's like, yo,
get it out there. Yeah.
he feels directly that he's
Yep.
in something. I'm wearing it right now, you know, and yeah, so it's like it's definitely those type of premium hoodies
Yeah.
that stand out, you know.
Yeah, no shortcuts here on the blanks. Just like there's no shortcuts.
No shortcuts on the
main
blanks.
pieces.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Once again, thank you for the opportunity, man. Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you for coming. Thank you.
Thank you for giving me a little insight on your world, your brain, and I just appreciate this opportunity
No
once
problem.
again.
No
know what I mean?
problem.
And we're gonna
Thank
sign
you
off
for
with
everything. I think we could maybe like do it again, maybe in a year,
Very
or like
soon,
you know,
yeah.
see where we are at
Yeah,
with it.
yeah.
But yeah, I appreciate you for taking your time and like listening to the story, and yeah, very excited for the future.
Yeah, man.
Yes,
And
sir.
I'm excited for the next drop.
Thank you. Yes,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
coming. It's coming soon. It's probably gonna drop in May.
May, okay.
May. Yeah.
Thank you, boss.
No
Yeah.
problem. Thank you. Yes, sir.